Hey everyone, Restless Gardener here out in the garden again. I am going to do another plant series today since I haven't done one in a few weeks. Weather kind of got better, so I was able to make other videos, but since these gorgeous specimens are blooming, I am going to do a focus today on the proven winners hardy hibiscus. So this one is called Perfect Storm, and again, this is a proven winners. It's part of their Summerific series, hardy in zone 4 through 9. This particular variety has the big, kind of creamy, almost creamy pink flowers with the reddish magenta throat with a little bit of striping. Darker foliage, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you can see it's just full of buds. Every one of these tips is full of buds. This one is a larger one. I'd say this is about 4.5 feet tall by, at this point, if you look at it at the widest point, it's about 4 feet wide. And I think the Perfect Storm is a 4x4, maybe 5x5. It's one of the larger ones. They do like consistently moist soil, which in front of our retaining wall on this side used to be when we had lots and lots of heavy rains in the summer of 2018 and 2019, 2017 as well. I would say that recently it has not gotten as much consistent moisture, but I don't think that seems to be affecting it because look at it, it's absolutely gorgeous. So again, this is the Summerific Perfect Storm. These are hardy in zone 4 through 9. There are, I think, literally dozens of the proven winner variety hibiscus. We have another one that we just recently planted called Edge of Night, which I'll walk up there. We can show that one to you. We just planted it this year. I think it wasn't quite a quart-sized container, but it wasn't actually a gallon-sized container either. Maybe I'm not sure. Proven Winners has some different sizes, so maybe it was like their jumbo quart. I can't really remember. But again, it's another one that gets the dark foliage, but this one is going to have beautiful red blooms. And I'll insert a picture of what that's going to look like when it blooms. So you can see that, a lovely dark foliage. Again, this one is called Edge of Night. It is another proven winners variety. And let me go look up the specs on this one real quick and get back to you. Okay, I'm back inside now, and I'm going to just show you some of the other perennial hibiscus, some of these more summerific ones and some others, but I have a quick correction to make. The smaller hibiscus that we have just planted up on our rain garden berm that is not yet blooming is actually Summerific Holy Grail. I think I called it Edge of Night, and I keep making that mistake because when we went to the nursery looking for plants, we weren't necessarily looking for a hibiscus, we just came across it. I wanted the Edge of Night because I like the pinkish white flowers, and I believe the Edge of Night has like pink and white striped flowers. My husband likes the red ones, and honestly the Perfect Storm kind of looks like Edge of Night a little bit, and since we don't have a red one, we bought this one because he likes the red flowers. I like the dark foliage, and this was a good compromise. He got his red flowers, I got my dark foliage. Anyway, so that's what that one is called, and we'll show you some stats on it. Again, it's called Summerific Holy Grail. It is hardy in zone 4 through 9. I think all of them are hardy in zone 4 through 9, and as you can see, it's 4.5 feet tall by 4.5 feet wide. Again, it has those beautiful, gorgeous red flowers, dark foliage. It's going to be covered in blooms. I mean, it's just gorgeous. So that is another perennial hardy hibiscus that is an option if you're looking for some hibiscus to plant. So I am on Great Garden Plants. They are a seller of proven winners, and obviously Summerific is the proven winner hibiscus series. So let's see what else they have. They have Spinderella. That one is pretty. Valentine Crush. Evening Rose. Let's see if you can see that better. I mean, there's just a ton of them. Berry Awesome. There's the Holy Grail. French Vanilla is pretty with the white, the creamy white flowers and the red center. And then we get into the Rose of Sharons, because Rose of Sharons are also hibiscus. They're just a different kind, so we're not talking about those right now. But you can see there's lots of different hibiscus that you can plant in your garden. Let's see if we can find some others. I know there's more. Let's just look up Summerific hibiscus. So yeah, the Holy Grail. I think this is the Perfect Storm. Yep, that's the one I have outside. Very awesome. We've already seen. I know there's a lot more, so let's go see what Proven Winners is actually showing on their website. Oh, there's actually a chart. That's kind of neat. That's really helpful. Let's see if we can get in closer on that. Hopefully you guys can see that. So there's a Candy Crush. It looks like it's a pink flower. It's a columnar habit, 48 inches to 54 inches tall. The flowers are 8 inches on that one. Cranberry Crush is also columnar, 4 feet tall. Flower size is 7 to 8 inches. There's one called Ballet Slippers. That's really pretty. A creamy flower. It looks like ruffled almost. Maybe pink edges. The habit is Gumdrop, which means to be wider at the bottom, a little bit more narrow at the top. 4 feet tall, 7-inch flowers. Spinderella. French Vanilla, Berry Awesome, Perfect Storm, Cherry Choco Latte, Evening Rose, Holy Grail, Edge of Night. Let's look at the, what else? Part Sun to Sun. I honestly think they need full sun. We had a couple that did not come back this year because we had a very dry spring. I think that was part of the issue, because they also need consistent moisture. The soil needs to be warm, and we had a cool spring as well as a dry spring, and unfortunately we lost 2. Now, they were not Proven Winners varieties. I will show you which ones they were and talk a little bit about them, but they do need consistent moisture. They're deer resistant. They are native to North America. So here are some bigger pictures. That is like not the best. Look, my TV maybe is not. I'm using a TV as a second monitor, and it looks like it's not doing the best job of showing. But you can see the flower colors here. So this is Lilac Crush, Valentine's Crush, Ballet Slippers, Spinderella, French Vanilla, Berry Awesome. There's the Perfect Storm, Cherry Choco Latte. I really like that one. Evening Rose is pretty. Holy Grail, Edge of Night, Candy Crush. That's the Edge of Night. Let's go to look at that one, maybe on a different website. Get a better picture. Let's bring that up. So there's only one picture on this website. Oh, I love when they do that. So they've got those gorgeous pink flowers and the dark foliage. That is why I wanted it. I really like the dark foliage with the pink flowers. I'm not a fan of the red flower, although I think once the Holy Grail blooms, it's going to be gorgeous. So you can see Inner Glow. I mean, these are not necessarily Proven Winners varieties, but I mean, there's just a ton of them on the market. They're just beautiful. So many different varieties. So again, if you don't think that you can grow gorgeous flowers in your garden, maybe you're too far north, you're in a zone 4. I mean, these are hardy in zone 4. So these are really, really hardy plants. They're sizable. They really are considered a perennial, but they grow like a shrub. You can get gorgeous big flowers in your garden. Not a problem, just because you don't live maybe in the south. I mean, these look very tropical, but they're not. Again, they require well-drained soil, but I have very poorly drained soil. They do well. Now, again, they do need warmth, consistent 70-degree soil temperatures before they will emerge. So I'm guessing in zone 4, you're not going to see foliage until June. Even here, the ones we lost them. I'm in a zone 7A because we had a very cool spring. We had a very dry spring, and that's unfortunate. I guess maybe I should have been adding supplemental water, but that's not something really I have to think about. Did not occur to me that because we had a very dry spring that these were not going to emerge. And who knows, maybe they did not emerge for another reason. But I think it was a combination of a very dry spring and a very cool spring. So those are hardy hibiscus. Again, they are hardy in zones 4 through 9. Lots of different varieties. You can see all the gorgeous colors. So give them a try. They are really beautiful. They bloom a little bit late. They do take a while to put on their blooms. Here in zone 7A, they just started for me a few days ago. However, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Southerner's Northern Garden. He's in Ohio, and his started blooming, I think in a video I watched of his last week. They were already blooming in July. So I feel like if it's really warm out, they're going to start earlier. If you get more sun, I think mine are in just maybe a little, not shade by any stretch of the imagination, but they maybe get a little bit too much shade in the afternoon, especially at this time of the year. So I think that's why mine blooms so late. However, as I showed you in the picture, they are just covered in flowers. So I don't really think that's a problem. You're still going to get gorgeous blooms. So give hardy hibiscus a try, especially if you have a wet spot. These can be a real game changer for you if you have a wet spot in your yard and you feel like you can't grow anything. I think you'll be very, very pleased with hardy hibiscus. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.